I haven't touched this all weekend. I've been doing other stuff like interview prep and playing very specific games. Then uh, nothing. Figured out my nimble problem from the last 2, 3 streams ago. Combat's just on the left side for nimble. Foundry tip for you virtual tabletop players. But what's going on here with this here project? Well, brief recap. This project, I think I have it set to single player right now, is a first-person shooter. I got a body. Camera's not great. A lot of work to do on this stuff. I can jump. I feel pretty heavy. Still working on movement. I got the guns. They go bloop. I got enemies. They get hit. They attack me. There's an enemy that doesn't know about you. Look, it's like they're looking in different directions while you go around them. Doom style, 8-direction-y things. Right now you can shoot bullets out of the air. Like I might keep as a gameplay thing. Enemies have some behaviors. I got some abilities. Got 2 different guns. Said animations need work. More so with rifle than pistol, but still. It's using the gameplay ability system. It's using blackboards and behavior trees. I even have smart objects, at least right now for patrol points. I've got a system for... See this? Look at it. Yeah. Interacting, and nothing happened because it didn't have any power. This works in multiplayer. Yeah. Yeah. Just like the flashlight works in multiplayer now, even though the body kind of intersects with it right now. Ooh, this door is locked. Oh, let's get this key. Oh, door opens because key. Got little areas you damaged. Want to make these healing areas into smart objects. And the game's going to be about like investigating an old video game company that went defunct and just sealed up their factory. And you buy it, get in there, see that these 8-bit things are coming out of the machines when you power it up. Oh, who's this company and what's happening? Lore. It's going to be fun. The other flip side of this whole project is so I can learn. I've been a game developer, a designer for, oof, we'll just say quite a while. But I'm used to having systems built that I get used to. Here's how the mission system works. Here's how the combat system works. And then working within those constraints. I wanted to learn in Unreal how to set that stuff up at the beginning, foundationally, with Blueprint. And I am learning. Oh, am I learning? What's the snack for this stream? Why, it's cheese and crackers. A simple snack for a simple day. Hold a second. Ah, yes. The marvel of the internet age. I can show this game I'm working on while I'm eating a snack in your ear. Cool beans. Bugs. What am I currently dealing with in terms of bugs? This stuff. This is done stuff. This is good stuff. This is kiss, kiss, pat on head good stuff. These are the bad things. This is the highest priority right here. So the problem was equipping wasn't working right going between weapons in multiplayer. I've been fixing that, and a side effect of doing it a new way is player 2 can't shoot. Shooting on the client activates, but not on the server, leading me to believe that the server doesn't think the player has anything equipped, even though it shows on the server as equipped. Huh. I also have to refactor the lock and key system to work better with multiplayer, since the way it's currently set up just assumed player, so that if a player got a key, doors of that type are now unlocked to them. But it counts for all players. Player 2 got a key, player 1 can unlock doors even though they don't have that key. Little thing, don't care right now. Can't see on shadow if cast from another player's flashlight, don't care right now. Will care in future. Everything concerning the player's 3D model and its art, animation, and effects, back burner. This doesn't matter until player 2 can shoot again. But right now, Newford shooting messes up bullets. That still happen? Hmm. Hmm. Yep. If I activate my AoE ability, which is disabled right now, I can't shoot while I'm waiting for it to go off entirely. Yep. Gotta fix that. This I keep getting errors about. Internalization node in the animation blueprint for the pistol between locomotion and fall. Yep. Sure happens. I'll fix it whenever I do fix other stuff with the player's 3D art. Floating eye often shoots into walls. This one's interesting because I shouldn't be able to do this. I might have to refactor how enemies shoot. Similarly, the invader melee attack can't hit high or low. It just hits right in front of them. Oh, yes. Yes, I did this. I broke it entirely the other day, and I walked some of those changes back. So it's unbroken now, but I'm leaving this here until I fix literally all the issues with equipping and shooting, which we're going to try to figure out presently. Ah, yes, the first person character. So I just was using the guy in the starter content. I think that was a problem. Hmm. Everything here in their components list that says edit in C++ is baked into this version of the character class in code. This bad boy is the problem. This is why I'd remake it from scratch. I don't want to remake it from scratch. It's here. It works. But when I get back to the 3D art for the character, I might have to. Until then, it is dead. Check this out. That's the new interact system. I was doing a line trace. Now I'm checking for things inside here that have the interface for interact. Under the assumption that if you want to try to open a door, you shouldn't have to stare at the handle. I shouldn't have to stare at that to pick it up. I shouldn't have to stare at that. It just needs to be near me, and my hand can figure out where to go in real life. So we're replicating that here. Ah, no, an invader! Mm-hmm. Yum, 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 yum. God, I'm like the Cookie Monster when it comes to crackers and cheese. Alright, this is the problem with this. If I have player 2 going, and I try to trace through this stuff, this only pops up. See up here? It's like, oh, character 0, serve respond. It only does character 1 client whenever the second player is doing this. Even though gameplay ability system is replicated on the server. Inherently, that's just how the gameplay ability system works. Even though this was all working before. Here's the weapon manager. I do not have an explicit inventory. I might need to make one. Under the hood. It's not a game where I care about backpacks and what you have in them. But for now, this is the weapon manager, and it switches through very specific cases of things. Now this is to you. Please bear with me, because the rest of this is to me. You're being my rubber duck right now. I'm explaining how things are to you, rubber duck, to help unlock my brain to figure out what else is going on for real and how to fix it. Valid tactic. This happens to be on a stream that I refuse to look on tutorials while I'm streaming. I've been leaving myself more notes. Why am I doing this? It doesn't know if it has something equipped. Could it be because I'm telling the client to do nothing? Hold on. I've got to equip him to work because it's multicast. It's going to run on the client and the server. But then I'm coming over here and saying on the server, shouldn't do that. Shouldn't need multicast everywhere. I hear that's sloppy and that it takes a whole bunch of resources. But it's also the only thing that worked. Which is probably a symptom of the way it's set up elsewhere. All right, problem point. Come back to here at some point in the near future. Like literally, if I skip this, what happens? I don't care if I'm the server. Let's do stuff. Doesn't matter right now. Make it two. Oh god, I got to do all this OBS stuff. For those of you who might be seeing this who haven't tuned into other things before, this little window here, this guy, I constantly lose him. All right, this is player 2. Hello, we are all headless here. I said everything about the 3D character. Is he sneaking up on us? Ah, he's hitting me with his whip claw. And I can't shoot. And I can't unequip and re-equip. Turn my flashlight on. Right. So that didn't do anything. Thank you, player 1. What is that? What was that actually doing over here? Debug object. It's saying nothing's valid. It doesn't know what's going on. Oh, it lost its mind. Yeah, you saw those errors? I know what they're from. They're from the current setup for stuff. Never gets rid of the weapon for player 2. Executes on server. Set with notify. Over here. Is this a valid weapon? Set the equipped weapon properties. Is not a valid weapon? Set unarmed weapon properties. Get it? It's not valid. It means there's nothing there, and it's going to come over here. Do this instead. But if it is valid, it's going to go over here, and it's going to get the properties of the weapon. Or it checks if it's valid again, because I'm paranoid, I guess. Never mind this. That doesn't matter. Like I said, the 3D character stuff we'll get to at a later point. What is this doing? Get the weapon. Get the animation class. Set it. That's how he has a different pistol grip than a rifle grip. Get the weapon. Get the abilities. Get the movement properties. Set the abilities. Set the movement properties. And do these options. Orient rotation to movement. Use controller desired rotation. So every time we switch weapons, we know how we're spinning around. Is it necessary for a first-person game? I don't know. For every ability we have, go through it and grant it to the player if they have the ability system. And then let the character know that its abilities change. This will update the hotbar, I'm pretty sure. So I set that up to do. But when it's unarmed, on the mesh, set the animation class to the unarmed weapon configuration, which is just this little unarmed animation. And then get the movement properties and set the walk speed and all that other stuff again. And then for every ability to grant, clear the existing abilities. Because there are no abilities when you're unarmed. Off the weapon. I can give abilities a whole bunch of different ways. And then send abilities change, so it updates the hotbar. When you're unequipping a weapon, that's over here. If the weapon's valid and hit the thing again, unequip the weapon. It comes over here and destroys the equipped weapon. Now I've tried setting this to none, because it destroys the weapon and then it sets this. So it knows. Oh, no, maybe I should just do this. Hold on. Let's experiment. No, let's just detach you. And see, I hit the pie window button. And even though the window is set the correct window, I have to set it to a different window and then back. And then it pops up again. I will forget to do that a number of times, and I'm sorry. Okay. I'm player 2. I'm standing in front of player 1. You can see me. I hit the button. I get my gun. I can't shoot. I hit 2. It puts away with the... Everything's broken and horrible. Slap some sense into me, Mr. Invader. Oof. Oof. But on the server, it shows them just fine. It's doing it on the server. Alright, so that change I just made prevents that from working the way... Whatever I did, save it. Prevents it from working the way that I want it to. This is the correct way to do it, and you know why? Do you know why? Set with notify. You can't see it. Yeah. So what does set with notify do? So in multiplayer scripting, and I'm not super expert in it, the server is the authority for everything that happens. So when we say replicate this value or movement, whatever, components, actor, we're saying, hey, that data associated with this goes from the server to the clients. So when you have an event, you can set it to run on the server, run on the client and the server, just run on the client. Run the server to the... All right, I got to look into that. Or not replicate it, which means it's not going to work in multiplayer. often things like physics that don't impact navigation or anything else, that stuff will just be client only. Effects, that can be client only. Like if you shoot a bullet and there's a decal, you can replicate the bullet, but when it hits the wall, the server doesn't need to care about that just to play an effect. Every client can do that. Rep notify variables are specific to a variable. You can set it to rep notify. You can have conditions. None means it's just whenever it changes. But this fires off on the server. So we say set it. So I get this here. And we say is it valid or not. On the server, thank you very much, which replicates down to the clients. I'd almost like it better if you had to explicitly say, now send this to the client so that I can easily trace. But it also just seems like a stupid amount of overhead to manage just for a little bit more visibility into how it works. So, here we go again. Every time. Player 1, how does it work? Gun, shoot pistol. Goes a little wonky if I shoot real frequently. I've been trying to diagnose that. I had a collision or something. Unequip. Now I don't have a valid weapon. Valid weapon. Hit the button for 1. Unequip. Now this isn't the best thing. I need to check to see if it's a different weapon. Maybe I'll just set that up here since this seems to be working. But anyways, it works, and you can see it on the client is seeing the wrong weapons. Right? And then the client... Oh, I clicked on the OBS thing. I need the actual real window. Thank you. So you see him over here. Correct weapon. Weapon goes away. Correct weapon. He used to have the pistol there too. Weapon goes away. Right? Server's happy about it. Player 2's screen, unhappy about it. The stuff needs destroyed on the server, which is why... Get this is on the server. Unequipped weapon. We call it here, but only the server's calling it, even though this is executing on the server and the client. Where's equipped weapon being called from? Pretty sure it's being called from over here. Wrong area. Equip. Here we say send gameplay event to actor. Me, the character, hitting the button. Hitting equip weapon, which is currently the 1 key. Event, activate ability equip. That goes to the ability. What weapon are we equipping? Weapon range pistol if I hit 1. Weapon range rifle if I hit 2. Okay? This is replicated because it's the gameplay ability system. That stuff just, oh, for crying out loud. That stuff just gets replicated. Take that off the screen. Then we set the animation instance. Is the weapons manager valid? You know, we're investigating. Detective work, right there. This isn't valid, it'll let me know. That's information I need to absolutely know. But if it is valid, get the spawn point location. It's over here in this thing. Set the relative transform to the muzzle to this thing here, based on the first-person camera. That's how we fixed aiming problems. Same thing down here. These are exactly the same implementation. This one just goes to the rifle. Literally the only difference. That should be a function or a macro. Anyways, we have this, and I'm just curious. I'm just gonna see. I just want to see. Yeah, I fixed it before I put it on the screen that time. Neener, neener. All right, we're gonna change this to player 1. All right, so we know those are valid. Those aren't failing. I'm not getting a message saying that they're invalid. Oh, it's still okay. Rip these out. I don't need them right now. Not the problem. Equipping. Wait, what? Wait a second. No, wait a second. Just wait. What are you talking about? Wait. Um. Oh. The. No. Okay, it's still broken. I'm like, I don't remember seeing the rifle pop up incorrectly. All right. So the problem is literally destroying the object on the server, and then after that, the problem is shooting. So when you shoot, right now it's only happening on the client. It's also not on the. I feel like I'm in some weird catch-22. I'm not, but this bugs me. Making this multicast bugs the heck out of me. I won't need this if this is server only. Where's my equip ability? There it is. All right, what's happening in this? What's happening here? So this is what it does. I've been told in the character blueprint. Where's my equip stuff? That's right here. That triggers this. Comes in and says, commit ability. Who? What component? The weapons component. Is it valid? No, and the ability. Yes, it is valid. What are the tags of the target? Get that tag. It's only one. What is it? Weapon range pistol, rifle, axe, enemy weak shot, which they don't actually equip stuff, but it's on here anyways. Equip weapon. Reliable, replicated to all, if server. Need a remote procedure call. That's what this is. If I just turn this on to run on server, nothing works anymore. Works here, because he's the server. Doesn't work here, because he's not the server. Right? Got it? All right, I'm just going to do my own thing for a second here. Hold on. So it's calling that. This is happening. And it's both valid and then not valid. I forgot this was another problem that was happening. That's one press. It just doesn't matter at all. It's always saying not valid and equipping it, then immediately turning around and firing again. And I remember, wait a minute, we did this last time. We had a little break point, a little breaky boy. And we're gonna go through it. Boop, 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 boop. It kind of went to standard macros when you didn't need to. Again, I didn't need that second one. Now it's back in equip weapon. It's ending the ability. And now it's going up here, saying switch has the authority because this code is running on the server. And it's saying unequip weapon. And then it didn't go down here. One time, I think yesterday, I tried to run this, or last stream, as multicast. I think it blew up in face. A lot of face blowing up stuff going on. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. It's even getting here. Okay, why didn't it go there? Nothing's still happening. It's going to make a chain of reliable multicasts, which is stupid, and I don't recommend doing it. I think somewhere it's going to break. Is it going to crash? No. I just remember one time I did that and it crashed. Well, if this just works, we're going to call it good enough for now. Hello. Hello. It's not doing anything. Is it broken for player one as well? Player one's fine. Trying to read thingy and destroy actor. It says it had no actor to destroy. The plot thickens. That means it's not getting equipped weapon set on the server. But how? Because it's set up here. It's not set up there. It's set down. It's set. Where am I setting this? I'm sending the equipped weapon. Where am I setting it? Is it over here? Weapons manager. Yeah, this is where it's saying, hey, this is the weapon you're equipping. Right. Right. Because this is a weapon base object reference. Should that be, isn't that part of the payload? Can't I just get that value? Because one of the things that I was running into before was the fact that this wasn't working correctly because I couldn't get the equipped weapon valid reference. Man, I should go back and watch my stream yesterday so I don't retrace my steps every stream. We're just going to be here forever. Meh. It's just getting the class. It's not getting the actor because this is the actor. In the weapons manager, set it to this. It works only for this. I mean, if I just say multicast to everything, does it all just start working? Does it all just start working? I'm going to say no. There's also that feeling of like, I get this working, but it's the wrong way. What am I doing? Bad things. Uh-huh. Nope, see? Still doesn't know what it's trying to destroy. Has not destroyed that actor. Actor's still valid. But only, oh, you can't see the other one, only on the client. On the server, it's all correct. So somehow that information's not getting back down to the client. I know equipped weapon is replicated. It's rep notify, for crying out loud. So I know the server knows what it is. Why would the server turn around and say, I don't know what it is here for the destroy actor? Because it's saying this was not valid. I miss having a giant whiteboard. I would flowchart out this problem. I would also be talking to engineers about it. I don't know why I keep coming back to this one thing. Oh, look, the window was up there the whole time. Isn't that great? I'm sorry about my stream discipline. I'm also holding a finger in front of my mouth for no reason. And now I'm not. Alright. Hey, what's up? I got a weapon. It's taking up a lot of video memory. Probably starting to do the stream. See, it's just not, it's not right. It's just not right. It's just not, I'm going to move on to something else. I don't want to keep doing this forever. I gotta move on. I gotta move on and then find time to do a deep dive. Maybe even re-implement this stuff. Thinking. Insert 90s internet connection noise. Because this, it's always done this. Equipping two things. This has always been invalid. Shooting was valid. I can't get the equipped weapon from the component weapons manager before this point. This is the point that sets that. Right here, we're setting that. Making everything multicast doesn't matter. That's a bad idea, because it's doing what I need. So, let's go back. It's always going to work on the. It's always going to work on the server. But we fix this thing. I just set it all to client only. It's all just clienty stuff now. Clienty client. It's not even destroying that variable actor for the weapon locally. Maybe I can set a thing to the weapon when it's unequipped. Huh? Huh? And just have it destroy itself on unequipped. Would that get around it? Would that matter? Here's still the funny part. No matter what I do, if I just run this single player, It runs fine. Yeah. 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 So this is a replication issue. Pure and simple. Let's redo some of the logic we do know how to redo. This sucks. This whole section. Will this actually get the class? If the incoming weapon class is the same as the current weapon class, and it's valid. Unequip. The incoming weapon is not the same. So if you have no weapon, or if it's the same weapon, and you hit the same button again, unequip it. But if it is valid, meaning you do have a weapon, and it is the same one, get rid of it. Right? Why did I have that from the get-go? That was weird. So 1 and 2 now flip back and forth every time I hit them instead of going away, but the same one twice in a row puts the weapon away. Just to make me feel like I did something. I'm gonna redo this text. No, don't do that. If the incoming weapon is valid and we have no weapon equipped, switch. If the incoming weapon is valid and we have a different weapon, switch. If the incoming weapon is no weapon, unequip. That's what this whole section is doing. Right, right. Just did it. It works. We did it. Yay us. Woo. Just so I could feel something in my cold dead heart. But it doesn't work on the server. Or on the client. It's client only, so it works on the client server, but not the server client. This thing here has to run on the server. So we're going to go look at an old example. Right here. No, that's not what I can test. Might not matter. Might be the only example we have. No, here we go. When you interact, you've hit the button. Checked all this stuff locally to make sure you can interact. Boom. Goes to rep notify interact. Surely isn't a rep notify, but whatever. Running on owning client. Oh, look at that. The client then gets told to run on the server. Is that all I'm missing? I've done this before. I've solved this before. Is it? I'm looking back and forth between my screen and my OBS in disbelief. Disbelief. Executes on owning client, talks to server. I'll have to compile. It doesn't know it's there yet. I'm sorry. What? Misspelled it. So I'm misspelling it even worse now. Uh, oh, I'm running in single player. All right. To think that I just completely forgot. Completely forgot about that. But I will be overjoyed if this is actually the problem. Hey, I got a gun. I got a rifle. I got a gun rifle. Oh, we were so close. We were so close. It still didn't destroy the actor. Still saying that this has none on unequip. But it's getting there, right? That was an error on the client side. So, so this kind of happened. Let's run it again, shall we? I'm just going to see something on my end real quick. See, it said it worked. Oh, look at that. It's not unequipping before it does the thing. When it switches, it's just equipping it. We're getting closer. You can shove your errors right now, buddy. I'm on a roll. That's why I had this in two places. I had this in two places before. I had it here and here. I'm like, why am I doing that? Blah, 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 blah. All right, hold on. Hold. It's not unequipping now. It's saying it's always not valid. Why is it always saying it's not valid? Try it again. Try it again. Oh, look, it worked once. Okay. Do 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 do. I didn't have a weapon, so this should go to is not valid. Oh, yeah, it's not valid. That means there's no weapon. I have an unequipped crap. What am I doing? I don't need that. Got a crazy person think they needed that. Man, I really need to spend like just time on this stuff. Tonight I go. Someone's running Star Trek Adventures tabletop role playing game. One shot. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna play Star Trek. So I can't do it tonight. Or else I would just sit here literally for the next 8 hours and try to figure this out. And when I figure it out, go, oh, I can't believe I didn't hit that one checkbox that made this whole thing work. Okay. It's not valid, so equip it. It is valid, unequip it. Unless it's this one here. So if it's false, this is where we need. When we're just swapping back and forth. spaghetti. It's all. That's why this extra dot was here. Oh, it looks like jork. Just go here. You go away. You come over here. You go down here. We're going to leave it like that even though it doesn't look good for now. We're going to take this off here so it doesn't interrupt me when I test. I am a real weapon. Are you the same weapon? No, I am not. Unequip the weapon that you currently have before equipping the new weapon, because the new weapon's based off the class. Incoming weapon. It's incoming weapon. Unequip the existing. This is not incoming. This purple line's the incoming weapon. This is the current weapon. If you are valid, but you're not the weapon we're trying to equip, unequipped. Boy. All right. Whatever. Send it. It's unequipping, but then it's not re-equipping. What does the player one do? Works fine for the first player. Does not work fine for the client. Yes, I know. There's null properties being sent around, and there should not be. It was going down the right activation. Why is this not working for the client? This calls this, calls this, calls this. And then it's setting it to a null value. Thinking. And this says it's not valid, and it comes over here to unarmed. I can't make one that is a no weapon weapon because all the checks I'm using are valid or not valid. But I could change all those checks to be, is it using the not weapon weapon? All right, sorry. I'm just sitting here in dead air for so long. I should have just stopped the stream. A whole bunch of important mails and something stuff was coming through I had to respond to. And I totally forgot my train of thought. ADHD is an interesting thing. Do I have it? Yeah, no. Some people say yes. Sometimes it's no. I don't know. But boy, that just completely blew away everything. What was that? 5, 10 minutes of me just going. All right. So, aside from that brain, what I need is a little thing saying, "Hey, we'll be right back," and less distraction. It's like a possible job thing, though. That is so foremost on my mind. At least it means I have my priorities straight, huh? Although if this ever worked out, right? People make a living off this. If I double down on this, if I bought a microphone that's nice and I like put out shorts to let people know what's going on and to have the background music that was not copyright strikeable. Tried. Maybe I can make a go of it. So this also counts as valid jobs. So I'm saying I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you're watching this and there's a huge pause. I'll edit it out of the YouTube video. Well, awkwardly, I'm going to be done for now. I could get back to this right now, but like I just said, things be happening in the background that may be good. I don't know. I don't know. If I do get a job, and it's a job where I can keep working on this as long as it's not on company time or property, I'll probably still stream this occasionally. Probably do it on the weekends, on Saturdays or something, because I like this a lot. It'd be even cooler with a ton of people trying to talk to me. That'd be fun too. Or someone going like, press this checkbox, thing work now. But I'm gonna leave her there. We did a little bit, a very little bit. I'm just gonna leave this up on my home computer in the background, not the stream, the Unreal, and come back to it as soon as I understand another step I can take in this current situation is going. Because we made a little progress. We started to fix things the way that I want it to be. But boy, something about multiplayer scripting in Unreal is slightly alien to my brain, and I need to get that face hugger on me until multiplayer solutions burst out of my chest. All right, thanks.